Let's make a pie crust. A pie crust generally starts off with some sort of fat, flour, salt, and ice water. So I'm starting off with 12 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And when I keep my butter, I like to keep it at about 1 inch. This is gonna go in the freezer. I have 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. For salt, I'm adding 1 heaping teaspoon. And this is gonna be used for a quiche, so we're not gonna add sugar. But if you were making a sweet pie, all you would have to do is add about a tablespoon of sugar. I have my very cold butter. I'm gonna take my butter, add it right into the flour. And you really wanna make sure that everything stays nice and cold. Because your palms are generally the hottest part of your hand, you only wanna use your fingertips. And in terms of your butter, the size of it matters. Because if you keep it nice and big, as such, you're gonna end up with a flakier pie crust. But if you break that butter down into like pea-sized balls, it's gonna end up being a little bit more mealy of a crust, and it might be a little more dense. Honestly, flaky or not, with this much butter, it's not going to be bad. You just wanna mix everything until all of your flour has been touched by butter. Take some flour, pinch it. It's gonna hold together because there's a little bit of butter in it. Now for the water, you don't wanna add too much and you don't wanna add too little. All I'm gonna do is add about 2-ish tablespoons. And the amount of water that you add every time is really just gonna depend on the situation, because you might be in a place that's a little bit more humid or a place that's a little bit more dry. Kind of just have to gauge. But basically, right when you can kind of form a disc, you have enough water. And you'll take this round of dough, place it in the refrigerator for like at least 30 minutes. So we have our chilled dough. Press down, turn, just repeat. I like to leave about like 1 inch of dough, just so I have enough like folding over ability. If it starts to feel a little too soft, when in doubt, place it in the fridge. You could totally just use a fork and press down if you're not into the whole like fancy crimping. Or you can take your pincher fingers, your index finger, and just crimp it this way. And then you end up with a crimped pie. I'm gonna be using this for a quiche, so I'm gonna par bake it. When par baking, you wanna make sure that you dock it, which just means to put holes in the bottom. Just like that. It's like so beautiful. Wrapped, covered, time to chill. It's time to par bake, so I'm just gonna take the plastic wrap off. I'm just gonna pour my beans right into the parchment, just like that. This is going in at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for around 15 minutes. We have our half-baked pie crust. I'm just gonna make a little quiche filling and fill it up and bake it. Quiche filling. Easy as pie. Love you, bye.